welcome back to Caffeinated Craftcast. This is episode 6. So a thing I'm going to start saying at the beginning, just because I know a couple of other podcasters do it, and I realized that through editing, I have realized that I haven't kept my mouth as clean as I thought I was. So, cursing friendly podcast, I don't do it all the time. I just can't be arsed to edit it out when I do. So there's that. I am coming from you in my crafty corner in my apartment in St. Augustine, Florida. It is Monday, March 9th, which is a whole day later than I usually film this podcast. I'm not wearing my glasses again because I have misplaced them. And I think that the glass, like the lenses are so old on them that when I put them on, they're like smudgy and there is no cleaning them. I have cleaned them with vinegar, I've cleaned them with eyeglasses solution, I've cleaned them with water, I've cleaned them with like 3 different types of microfiber towel. It's not happening. So I'm going to deal with my eye twitching and twitching painfully until I can get into the optometrist and get that looked at. I have 3 cats. There will be cat noises. Hopefully it's late enough into the day where all of the children are having dinner, so there are no children noises, because I like to film with the ambient noises of bourbon pool. Anyway, on to the content you're probably actually here for. So, first up is admin. Firstly, I have the water bearer. I have the needles for the water bearer. I don't think I'm gonna get this cast on before the end of the Pisces season now, which is a bit of a bummer. Not even gonna lie. But hey, now I have it and I can make it. I also feel like we are currently exiting the season in which it would be a viable item to wear, because it is, a long sleeve DK weight cardigan. I've subscribed to the Knit Crate sock version. I had put myself on the wait list on 20th of February or so, and the other day I checked my bank account and saw that they had charged me for the crate. The sock crate is $19.95 before taxes, and I don't know if it usually charges people taxes, but it charged me taxes, so it came out to $21.25. No big deal. It's going to be a skein of sock yarn. Looking at the 3 yarns that they have, they're all very nice. For this month, they're all very nice. So when you put yourself on the wait list for it, you signed up for this surprise me version, rather than, with me, it's the chill out. It's probably going to be where I land and are happy. Though this month, March, I definitely, out of all of them, the Energize Me one is my favorite, just because it's, pink. And then the other admin thing is that, not today, because I think the light is failing, and it's not even going to be particularly good for this. I feel like the camera isn't really getting me. I feel like it's getting more of my background than it's getting me. So I will probably stop in a second and get that, and I will probably also cut all of this out. Anyway, probably not today, because I think the light is failing me. I am planning on filming a kitchen episode, basically just setting up a whole bunch of ferments with me, sourdough, ginger bug, pineapple scrap vinegar, making scrap stock, and probably either making some sort of snack like to eat while we're in the kitchen. So it's either going to be kimchi pancakes or it's going to be sweet potato, cheese, and egg, which are two of my favorite snacks. Kimchi pancakes are a little bit labor intensive and I still have to look at the recipe, so it's probably not going to be them. It's probably just going to be the sweet potato, cheese, and egg thing. It's good, trust me. Or I might just make kimchi rice bowls or natto rice, I don't know. Basically, a whole bunch of stuff. So there's that. Alright, really sorry about the sudden shift and if my face was out of frame for literally everything before news and events. I'm such a dumbass. Okay, so news and events is basically just that Earth Tones Girl put up the 6th episode of the No Fear sock knitting class, and it is the foot and toe. And honestly, she did the heel she did the heel twice in 2 separate videos, on both of the needle types she's using. I watched both of those. I haven't gotten the chance to watch the foot and toe episode, and those heels were great. It was really nice to see those on 2 separate manners. And I, as you probably saw, I don't remember, did I actually manage to show those as a whip for the Goblin King socks? Anyway, on my Instagram, I knit socks with DPNs rather than magic loop or 2 circulars. Actually, I tried to knit Hermione's everyday socks with 2 circulars, but I stopped knitting them. They're actually, hilariously enough, they are sitting in a box up in Washington waiting to be mailed down to me with a couple of my other things from up there. So yeah, and it was really helpful through the heel portion because of the way that the directions are written for Hermione's everyday socks. But I had started on DPNs because that's what I had, and then a friend actually gave me the 2 circulars because she found that they were too small for her to use. They hurt her hands really bad to use them. Anyway, heels and toe, or foot and toe, ready to go, and then you will have, first pair of socks using her method. And then on to Mal's, Cal's, and Cal's. So, the Pisces season Mal, as of you guys watching this episode, will have 9 days left. Which is why I don't think I'm gonna get the water bearer even cast on, which really bums me out. So bummed. Really, really sad about that. And then Woolenvine, the podcaster and the dyer and the all-around very interesting human being, is doing a history Mal. So she's starting to make some historical Edwardian clothing and is inviting other people to make historical clothing along with her. Rules on that one are nothing before the 50s, or nothing after the 50s. So I may or may not join in. It all depends on what I have time for I believe it's a year-long make-along, so I don't know if that's like a year from when she first like decided, which I think was definitely not the most recent episode, but the episode right before that. Or if it's just like until the end of the 2020 calendar year. Those details will be on the screen, in the description box, and on the corresponding blog post. And then on to F.O.s, which there are none. I don't know what the hell happened this last week, but Wednesday my fiance and I went to the beach, so no making got done. Because I was 100% expecting to be able to get into the water, so I didn't pack a bag or anything. Yeah. And then Thursday, everything I made got torn out. Friday I didn't make anything. And then Saturday I finally started making things and liking it. And I literally don't remember what Tuesday or Monday were like. I think Monday and Tuesday I just kind of sat there like, oh my god, what am I making? Oh my god, what am I making? Having a panic attack about not knowing what I'm making. And then, so basically I don't have any F.O.s. We're going to start with the stitching whips. So I've got another English paper piecing coaster thing, same exact as the one I'm using right now. So 3 hexies with the strawberry fabric, 3 with the cream, 1 with the pink, and then pardon the cat hair. All 7 on the back are the green flannel. Just because I want to make a whole set of those, because I think it'd be really cute. Then I am working on hand stitching the edges on some napkins for the kitchen episode, because quite a few, ferments, they need to have open air and whatnot. So I'm just using hot pink against some of the cream fabric that I had in my stash. Personally, I would prefer a slightly looser weave for the purpose of letting ferments breathe, but this will be fine for now. Sadly, it looks red against the cream, which really bums me out because, the thread is the exact same color as my dress. But either way, I think it'll be cute to have, the contrast stitching on them and have those hanging around the house for, picnics or whatever. Then we have what I'm making my goth best friend for her birthday. And I need to block it, but I haven't blocked it yet. It is cotton, so I know that it's going to grow a lot. So it is the Lost Souls crop top, or corset top. The actual name will be on the screen, by Cuddle Lump Crochet. It's very, very cute. I made the large. My goth best friend happens to be very well endowed at a 42F. So, I'm wearing a bra, an actual bra today. And it's not supposed to come all the way up. But it's only I feel like the large only just fits me, which is really frustrating because there are no measurements listed on the pattern. So mostly what I'm worried about here is not necessarily the width, because she's only a pinch wider than I am, and it is a corset top, so it's intended to have a little bit of space in the lacing. Because I'm a 38C, so most of what I'm worried about is the space here, so how tall it is. So I'm worried that I'm going to have to go into probably the bottom would make the most sense, and maybe do some short rows or something. No, there are no short rows in this. It's just because of the skull motif that it has done that. This is what I have left of the yarn that I used for the front and then also the back motif. I actually did the back motif before I did the front, just so I would know exactly how much extra yarn I had when I was done with what the pattern said to do. So I feel like this is maybe 2 rows. It's half double crochet with an F hook, I believe. No, a 4 millimeter hook. So there's that. The color I was going to use for the lacing, you guys couldn't tell. So the top is this one. The color I was going to use for the lacing is this, because I've used all of this cream somewhere. Not 100% certain where, but somewhere it has gone off to. And also it was like, I don't even think it was actually enough for a coaster. Yeah. Toasty shoulders. Anyway, so I've got that. I've got, you know, a reasonable enough amount left of this lighter pink to use for it. I just don't want to have to like stripe it at the bottom there. So that. Then we have what I'm making my goth best friend for her wedding. So I'm making her a kitchen set. So I'm making at least one hot pad. It's just the single crochet. You know the one. You know the one. And it does this thing. Making her at least one of those. I'm gonna make her a couple of mitered square dishcloths, all in this bright red. I might make her another one of these in this. Yeah, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this one, and then I'm gonna make 2 mitered squares, and then I'm gonna try and make another one of these, and just, you know, another 2 mitered squares, basically until this runs out, because I don't like red. She likes red. If I remember correctly, red should not clash too hard with her decor. So that's what I'm making her. Still don't know what I'm making my short best friend for his wedding gift. I might just make this, you know, for both of them kind of thing. And then in the green bucket is the hexagon blanket, which I set to the side. Like, I did a little bit more after filming. I think this might have been what I worked on Monday. Or I could have done all of this Sunday night. I don't know. I don't really know. Oh, that's the back side. So it looks very round right now. I literally only have like 12 stitches on the border, beginning of the border. They're literally just joined together. They look very, very round. There's a big hole in the middle. So I got this shelf. I'll insert a picture here. So my fiance found this shelf out by the dumpster. I disinfected it, and the cats claimed it almost immediately. So I feel like I should yarn bomb the cat shelf. And I don't have a whole heckin' lot of like acrylic yarn that's unplanned for right now, because I still want to make those dumb daffodils that I have, like, just keep getting. Basically, if it's been for myself and it wasn't like ridiculously quick, like these little things. I was originally testing this out as something I could sell in the Etsy store. Because I don't know, hoping that maybe selling more diverse things. Anyway, so basically everything for myself has been continually pushed to the wayside. I don't have yarn, I don't have acrylic yarn that I don't have some level of plan for. So this guy is kind of hibernating until all of the birthday and wedding makes are finished. So I still need to do my mom and my gran after my goth best friend is finished and my niece is finished. Onto the one knitting whip, which is the leaf collar by Someone and Someone Knits, or Knitwear. And it is designed for under 1 year and over 1 year, and is designed to be much shorter than I am actually making it right now. I'm working on a purl row, so it's all lumpy wumpy. 2 seconds. So it's got this really lovely leaf motif here, and basically you end it right after you're done with the leaf and those little diamonds, and then you do a garter stitch rib and you cast off. I still had a fair amount, I still have a fair amount of that yarn. It's the F.O.s kid mohair that I used for my Wolf Bayou top. Decided that I wanted to make my niece something to wear with it so it could match a little bit, so something for her top half. So I was like, oh, I still have enough for it. So I tessellated the lace motif and then also designed this in the darker purple little bit here to keep it flat, so it was only increasing like along the sides, and like, because if I had just, you know, basically this section needed to decrease. So there is a better picture of that up on my Ravelry for the project page for this. And then I have actually enjoyed knitting it so much that I measured myself, did the math with the gauge and my sizing and yada yada, and tessellated it to be a little capelet for myself as well. I haven't gone in and drawn everything in yet. Oil stains from my lunch, but there's the math. So eventually I will be making myself a capelet, perhaps an entire F.O.s cape, out of this leaf motif pattern here. So it is designed to lay flat, so it could also be used like this growing pattern, and then the way I've tessellated it. And if you tell on this bigger one, I've actually changed the middle bit that I had to like kind of fudge myself to also make little diamonds. Rather than just be kind of lame and boring right up the center. So yeah, there's that. That's the whip. Plans are basically the exact same as last week. Knock out birthdays, knock out wedding, hopefully cast on myself the like Pisces season practice socks before Pisces season and get those whipped up, ready to go. Like by the 19th. And then I believe that is life stuff. I had told myself there was life stuff. I think maybe I was originally going to talk about my admin things as life stuff, which I mean, yeah, technically I did put those in the wrong section, didn't I? not a whole lot has gone on. We haven't gone and seen any movies. I think I talked about this on my planner channel. My fiance and I wound up watching Rick and Morty. Surprisingly, like, good and entertaining, and like it makes me feel bad to have like enjoyed it, but I did. I binge watched Star versus the Forces of Evil, and that was really good. Of course, because I myself am a poly person, I immediately like chokeholded the poly ship, the very obvious poly ship in the show. My fiance and I have been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. basically forever. And we just finished, I believe, season 6. Or maybe we haven't finished it yet. Anyway, the season with the not Coulson. And then they cloned him. So yes, I did finish that one. I did finish season 6. And that was really weird. And I think I might have talked about it a little teeny tiny bit. But like Rick and Morty, I didn't have to have something to do with my hands. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I did, which is why I wound up using my Wolf Bayou, which that is not my Wolf Bayou, it's just the same color, as my TV knitting. I have recently shown my girlfriend quite a few of mine and the Goblin King's childhood movies, including Labyrinth, The Dark Crystal, and a good fistful of the Studio Ghibli films. We're still working on all of them, but there's only so many hours in a hangout sesh. Also, Disney Plus has Willow. We showed her Willow. I love Willow. I forgot how much I love that movie. I also showed her The Cat from Outer Space, which is another thing on Disney Plus that my dumbass didn't even realize was a Disney movie. And that was one of the movies that I broke a VHS copy of. Yeah. I'm trying to think of other things. Yeah. So I think that is actually everything. I need to go. I have a to-do list. I need to go look at my to-do list and then get some to-dos done. Thank you so much for sticking around. Enjoy your evening. Bye-bye.